You know, guys, I take this pretty seriously. I even bought a stand mount. And I think it's actually helped. I think putting the microphone closer to my body allows me to turn down the gain on the microphone, which means I don't have to do as much noise removal, which means the audio sounds better. Crazy thought, I know, but I'm finally doing it. And starting last episode, so if last episode sounded better to you, that's why. Hopefully it made a difference. Hopefully you noticed the difference. I don't think the audio was terrible before. I mean, I've certainly improved it since the Devil May Cry series, where I had that terrible headset microphone. Now that I've got... It's not the best mic in the world, but it's a good microphone. I've got the pop filter on, and I've now got it close to my person, which is what you're supposed to do with microphones. It's not something I was doing before. It's all coming together. The commentary, I think, has gotten better. You can tell me that. I've been practicing. You've watched me practice. This is all this channel has been so far. It's been practice. I don't know for what. I don't know if it'll ever actually get good, but it's gotten better. Now I've also fixed... There are a couple of things. I told you guys I recently upgraded my computer to Windows 10. That caused a couple of issues as well. My media editor, I use Vegas Movie Studio, the Magix thing. It's a good entry-level editing software. I don't need anything more than that. For some reason, did not want to play MP3 files. I export all my audio in MP3 because WAV is just way too big. I mean, it's not. It's like several times bigger, though. Like more than 10, I think. For the same quality, essentially. For just talking, it doesn't matter. And it would not play MP3s properly anymore. It just gave me a loud hissing sound. But I fixed that. That doesn't really matter to you. That won't be a noticeable difference, I don't think. But it's just something on my end. I also learned about noise gating, which just makes my editing a lot quicker. And maybe better, I don't know. Still tinkering around with that and finding the right threshold for it, both in terms of decibel level and in terms of how quickly it should react. You don't want it to react super quickly, or you'll like cut off the ends of your sentences, because you start to, you know, lower your volume as you progress through your sentences. But that makes it a lot easier for me, like a lot easier. I make a lot of like mouth noises that are not words, like lip smacking and breathing and whatnot. How dare I breathe, I know. I actually don't really want to fight those guys, so we're going to take a shortcut. Maybe even catch a Pokemon, we'll see if anything pops up. Anyway, noise gating, good thing. Glad I found it several months into this, and not right off the bat. Hey, if you're not learning, you're not trying, or whatever the phrase is. I think it's just if you're not cheating, you're not trying, but same thing, that is not where we want to go. Let's keep going this way and fight another gambler. So to our left there, that's where Saffron City is. The guard will not let us through because we have not given him a beverage. He's thirsty. He needs a bribe. We cannot get a beverage until we get to Celadon. It's at the top of the marketplace. I don't know if it has an actual name. It's just it's like a 5-story Pokemart with various goods on each floor. There's a whole floor of TMs. There's the stat boosting things like protein, iron. I don't know, is protein one of them? I can't even remember. Carbos, I think, is one of them. Calcium, etc. So we'll visit there. I want to get all the TMs just to make sure we have them in case I need them, even though it's going to be a pain to find out what does what. Celadon's a cool city. It's one of the bigger cities, I think. It's got a lot to do, a lot to see. It's got a gambling center. You have to get a coin case, and then you can play the slots. And you can use the earnings to buy new stuff, like new Pokemon. That is how you get Porygon in this game. We're not going to do that, but it's how you do it. You can also just buy the coins, which is what most people, I assume, do. Because gambling... I can't even remember if you can really gamble or if it's just like you click a button and it either does or doesn't. I don't know if you can actually influence anything. At least with like slots in real life, you get to pull the lever like 3 times. Or blackjack requires a little bit of skill. Honestly, can't remember. I never really messed with it a ton. But there is that. There is also the marketplace. There's a gym. There's the rocket hideout. We can get an Eevee there. We're gonna get an Eevee there. I like Eevee. I don't even know if I'm gonna use it, but I want to get the Eevee. It's hidden a little bit. Some people, I assume, just miss it on their playthroughs. Because it's a little out of the way. Sandslash is just raking in the kills, by the way. I know he's 5 levels stronger, but like, he's just getting crits after crits with Slash and just taking them all out. Sandslash is just great. He might not be actually a great Pokemon, but I think he's pretty great. Should we face those guys? That's the real question. You know what? Let's do it. I'll speed it up a bit, though. Haven't actually used the 2x speed in this episode prior to this. It's not a long way to Celadon. It doesn't take that long to get there. But these guys... Oh, this lass has 5 Pokemon, too. Just yikes. So we'll speed up this. It's not terribly important. So yeah, Celadon's a cool city. And then after that, we do the Lavender Town thing. We get our Poke Flute, and then we get a decision to make. Actually, you can either do Saffron City then, which is a whole ordeal. There's another rocket base there, or it turns into a rocket base anyway. They take it over. There are 2 gyms in Saffron, actually. One of them isn't an official league gym, but it's a gym nonetheless. In every sense of the word, it's the most gym in this game. Or we can head down to Fuchsia, which has the Safari Zone and the Poison Gym. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. I'm not even at that point in my recording of the video. As you know, I record the audio separately from the video, mostly so I can speed things up like I'm doing now. It's just easier. It takes a lot more time on my end, but it's easier for you. It's less monotonous. But I'm not at that point yet as of the audio recording. So I literally will have a decision to make. When I played the Pikachu game, Let's Go Pikachu, I did Fuchsia first, because I was already over there. So I may do that again. I do like the Safari Zone. I do like the stuff you get there. You get Surf in that town, you get Strength in that town. Both of those are useful moves in and out of battle. And you can catch some pretty cool Pokemon in the Safari Zone. I think the gym there is pretty neat. Pretty sure I did that before I did Saffron. I think the levels are pretty close to each other, so that it doesn't really matter which one you do. We'll see. I know when I played Let's Go Pikachu, I actually skipped the entire Cycling Road, because you can approach Fuchsia from 2 directions, and I just skipped Cycling Road when I did it, and I didn't go back there until post-game. Not the smartest decision, probably, but it is the one I made. So I keep forgetting that I have a bicycle, and I should be riding that way more often. It'll help make things even better. Yes, there's also Snorlax by Celadon. To our right is Saffron, we just biked under it. I don't remember if there's any new Pokemon in this grass. We'll give it a couple of tries. I mean, Pidgeotto is... we've seen them before in the wild, and also I have one. It concerns me a little bit that it's level 24, because it means I may be underleveled. We'll find out when we do the gym and when we do the rocket base. But yeah, I can't remember if there's anything exclusive to this grass. Or even that just a Pokemon that we don't have. I think it's mostly just Pidgeys and Rattatas. The odd Pidgeotto, probably the odd Raticate. I don't know if it's the first time you can get Raticate in the wild, but it may be one of them. Anyway, it didn't seem like a lot. You know what? In order to make the bicycle more readily apparent, let's move it to the top of the item list. It's the one we're going to have in there always. And we are now in Celadon City. We're probably about halfway done the game now. Or we will be once we beat this gym. But I feel like things go faster after this point. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out what we do next time.